During this section, we're going to take a look at creating plan, profile, and cross-section sheets. In our training guide, we'll start on page 1-16. First thing we're going to do is take a look at creating a plan sheet. We're going to use some basic CAD tools to create this plan sheet. So we're going to create a model first. Once we have a model, then we're going to start referencing information to it. So we're going to be attaching reference files and so forth. So again, beginning on page 1-16, I'll make sure that I get into my CAD file, layout.dgn. And the first thing I want to do is I want to create a model. The type of model I'm going to create is called a sheet model. This would be similar to paper space in the AutoCAD arena. And the sheet model, I'm just going to make it 2D. I'm going to set up a 40 scale sheet model. And I want to go ahead and display the sheet layout. And this is going to be a D-size sheet. So I click OK, and it populates and creates a sheet model. One thing I forgot to do is give it a name. So we'll call it Plan. So now that I have the sheet model, and I'm in the sheet model here, close the Models tool. Now again, a model has all the same abilities as your design file, so you can attach references and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a reference file. So I'll bring up the reference file tool, I'll click Attach, and the first thing I want to do is attach my layout.dgn file in my main site work. So I'm going to go to Data, Geo, Site, Plans Production, and select Layout, click OK. Now the only thing I need to do is I need to decide what model within the layout do I want to attach. In this case I want to attach the default model. That kind of has the layout of my site. So I click OK, and it attaches it. So I'll close that. Now if I do a fit view, you can see that my layout is over here, but my sheet model is looking at this area here. So what I want to do is I need to move that. So I need to move the model over to there. So I grab the Models tool again, and in my plan I want to adjust some of the properties or edit it. I want to define sheet layout properties though. So I click Define Sheet Layout. That allows me to change like the origin, which here was XY origin, the size if I needed to, but the main thing is I want to change the origin. I want to move it up to this area. And I also probably could maybe adjust the rotation so I could fit better on my sheet. So I could uncheck the origin and the rotation, or I can guess at the rotation maybe. In this case I've kind of predetermined the rotation, so we're just going to say it's -37, but through trial and error I was able to come up with that rotation. But you can see if I rotate it a little, it fits on the sheet better. So go ahead and data point. And now that I've rotated my kind of view, my sheet a little, now I need to kind of rotate my view here so that I can still look at it kind of in a normal way. So I'm going to click the Rotate View, and I'm just going to snap there, snap to the other end, and that kind of orients my sheet, or at least my view of my sheet, up and down here. Now that I've done that, next thing I want to do is attach another reference file, but this time I'm going to attach the sheet border. So here I got my border. That's in another design file. My border was drawn to in inches more or less. So I click OK, and I'm going to select the top view here And my scale, since I'm in a 40 scale sheet model, I'm going to set my scale to 40:1 here when I'm attaching. That way it'll kind of scale up my border to be the right size, my design file border. And click OK. Now in this case, I just need to enter my center point. So I'm going to minimize that. Actually, I need to bring that back up. Because I set the scale at the wrong size. So let me attach that. Again, I forgot to turn off true scale. So let's turn off true scale because you saw in the picture how little it was. So 40:1. Click OK. And you can see now it's the right size. So I'm going to snap to the center of this rectangle here. So grab my center snap and click to the center and click OK. And now you can see the border's been referenced in. And I could also just place the border in here as a cell or something like that. Now to continue, I'm going to go ahead and reference in the layout DGN. But this time I want to bring in the contours model. Coincident, of course, and the scale is 1:1. Click OK. That brings that in. And then again, I want to bring in my base DGN. That's my existing ground. Bring that in as well. So I brought my proposed and my existing contour data in. Now you can see that they fall outside the border, so maybe in my reference files I need to select those two and I need to clip them. So let me shrink the dialog up. I'm going to say clip. I'm going to clip based on an element. I'm going to use this element here, select it, accept it, and it clips it to that. Reset and close. There's my border. So I'm good to go, and I can now plot it out.